Hello everyone, welcome to the first Global Challenge Judging Finals session for the Geeklist Hack for Good. At the weekend, over 1,000 people came together, developers, designers and technology innovators in dozens and dozens of cities all around the world, and built projects and prototypes addressing 15 different climate change challenges. Local city judging panels and virtual judging panels have now selected the top 48 teams and projects, which all throughout today we're going to be showcasing and putting them in front of expert judging panels of climate leaders, NGO leaders and technology leaders, and getting their feedback and deciding on a winner and runner-up for each of the major challenge themes. We're getting started with Reforestation, and we're joined by our judging panel, Bill Liao and Marie-Noelle Keijzer, founders of WeForest. Hi Bill, hi Marie.
Hi Dan, and by the way, it's Liao.
I'm sorry.
Good morning.
Morning. And we're also joined by Renaud VIsage, founder and CTO of Eventbrite. Hi.
Hi everyone.
We love Eventbrite at Code Dojo and WeForest.
Thanks.
So we've got, well, at the moment we've got two teams who we're going to see. We're hopefully going to have a third team joining us from Istanbul. We're going to get started with Click for Good, a team from Mumbai. And then hopefully if they join us, we'll go to Fuel to Forest from Istanbul. And then Trimo, who were a virtual team with members in San Francisco and somewhere else, right, Rodney? Where else did you have people?
Yeah, we were actually, all three of us were based in San Francisco. It was just a smaller event.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So Chirag, I'm gonna hand over to you. Have you recovered from the weekend?
Yeah. Sorry.
Have you recovered from the weekend?
I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Oh. I was just saying, have you recovered from the weekend and from the intensity of the 48 hours?
Yeah.
Hi.
It was impressive and it was great. Good to be a part of it.
Okay, you are breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Is it good now?
It's better like that, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, tell us about what problem you're solving and what you've built. Are you going to share something on your screen as well?
Yeah, I'm going to share my presentation on the screen. So let me first introduce. We are a Click for Good team from Mumbai, India, and we aimed at solving the problem of less trees and increasing the afforestation. You can hear me, right?
Yes, everyone can hear you.
Yeah. So what it basically does is plantations all over the world. Many areas where plantations can be done, but they are not. We are not familiar. We are not aware whether plants can be planted over there. So what solution we thought of is getting all the people from the world by making use of our app Click for Good. What that basically does is it captures the location of the user and it sends to the NGO who would location where and verify whether a plant can be planted there or not. And if yes, that it can be planted, then good. then a plant is planted over there. So you can see our home page of Click2Good. When we click, the data gets sent here. And then this is NGOs, verify whether it can be used for planting trees. If yes, it gets saved in their database and further actions can be taken. We can all hear. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So the progress we did. Okay. So what our app basically aims at is involving the cause ultimately to solve any.
You're on mute now.
Dan, can you unmute Mumbai?
Trying to.
So we've tried multiple different video conferencing, Skype and Google Hangouts and Spreecast, and Google Hangouts has been the most reliable for these pieces of the event. Obviously, it still has its glitches, and I'm hoping that at one of these Hack for Goods, somebody will see the good in building a presentation application that works on a with multiple users.
I can't unmute him now. I don't know why. Chirag, can you unmute yourself?
Well, as I was saying, we were off to a great start here in Hack for Good, and Chirag from Mumbai is absolutely killing it. We have lost connection, and he's talking about Click for Good, an app that he's built, and now he's completely gone from the room, so let's hope he comes back any moment now.
I guess he's. Yeah,
Meanwhile,
I'm going to start someone else.
Meanwhile, yeah, Rodney, are you ready to go?
Yep, I'm right here.
All right, and we'll get Chirag and Turkey back on when that starts happening. All right, and I guess I'll introduce you, Rodney. Rodney built an app called Tremo.
We built an app.
Rodney and his team, pardon me. And out of San Francisco, and one of the designers is from Kentucky but was visiting. And Rodney, why don't you go ahead and kick off and tell us all about what you've got going on?
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to run the 3-minute video that we prepared on the Sunday, actually, for the judging. Just to give you a quick introduction, so climate change, the scope of the problem was pretty big, and we spent all of Friday and all Saturday morning till noon, midday, brainstorming ideas, looking at doing research, trying to understand the problem, seeing which was our attack vector. And until eventually we just tried to simplify it down to something, something, the concept, look for something that was really simple and that we knew that we could work on, ship over the remaining 28 hours. And the video explains what that was. So if you can all click onto the YouTube app icon on the side, on the left side of the screen, so over that side, can you see the logo? I'm going to press play, and hopefully if anyone can't hear it or can't see it, just let me know.
And for those watching on YouTube, the link to the clip is in the description of the video below.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's. Hang on. I think I. Just a sec. I think I put the wrong URL in there.
This is the Trimo app presentation video.
What would happen if you share the video that we're in right now?
Yeah, that's what I had. That's actually what I did. Yeah, as I was copying and pasting around videos. Here we go. Sorry, guys.
This is the Trimo app presentation video out of San Francisco, California. I'm Nathan Abercrombie on my team.
Yeah, that's the presentation. Quick disclaimer: we did some research on the costing of trees. We'll be speaking to Bill about that as well, and Stefan from another organization in Thailand. We need to do a little bit of work on that, but otherwise we're pushing forward. I'm meeting up with everyone tomorrow at 10 p.m. after an event down at the Pivotal Labs headquarters, and all four of us are gonna brainstorm the roadmap and figure out what's actually required to ship V1 of this project, because we're all really enthused about it. So, yeah, questions?
Thanks, Rodney. Yeah, good questions.
I have a question. It's Bill. I love what you're doing, and at the same time, I'm curious how you see getting companies to sign up. Like, there's an obvious viral dynamic for the users to share what they're doing to check in stuff. But the actual customers is the businesses themselves.
So the way we have initially thought about this is to approach socially responsible businesses that are already aligned with the sort of values that the project itself has, and to try and especially find places that have multiple locations, a couple of dozen locations ideally, and to try and talk to the head of digital inbound. We'll see someone that's going to understand what it's all about, and to try and get them on board. Basically, the idea is that the reason we were all really enthusiastic about this project is because if you look at it from a game theory perspective in economics, it's a win-win-win scenario. So if a business donates, let's say $500 to load up credit on their account for all their locations, that money is actually probably 95% of that is going to go straight to the non-profit, so it should become a tax write-off for them. And regardless, and then they just get the additional benefit of if they donate $500, they'll get 5,000 check-ins on Facebook. It seems like a no-brainer. We've been around. We actually hit the streets Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock, to get feedback from businesses. Unfortunately, downtown San Francisco Sunday afternoon, it was mainly big chains, people that didn't have decision authority, but they were very enthusiastic about the idea and gave me their business cards so that we could get in touch with the people that did have the authority to make these decisions. So we actually went to get some feedback from local businesses, and they were all over it.
Yep, that's great, and I'm a believer in that. At the same time, I'm just wondering if there's some way to scale the business contact faster. So, like either through Facebook directly, or through LinkedIn, or somehow you get to a large number of businesses and into their zeitgeist rather than having to do lots and lots of one-on-one phone calls.
Sure. No, I agree. I think ideally what we'd be looking for, and I've had a bunch of people that I've been speaking to about this idea, and they're also very enthusiastic. People that are sort of fairly well connected in the business world, and they've all said, if you need an intro, if there's anything I can do. And so what we're thinking of is to come up with a system of ambassadors, essentially, that will help us promote the platform and connect us with the people that we need to speak to roll out to brick and mortar that have multiple locations. We're thinking Chipotle and sort of, I don't know, like coffee roasters, like stuff like that.
Cool. Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, great idea, I think. Win-win situation is always the best. So.
Yeah.
If you can get people downloading the app, then I'm sure you'll have no problem convincing the businesses that it's worth paying to plant a tree versus an advertising agency to put ads on Facebook to get installs or likes. Or you can sell many things after that, not just Facebook likes.
Yeah. So we've been
followers or whatever.
We've also did a rain check with a bunch of socially responsible consumers, and they also all said that typically they would not check into a business, but if they saw the sticker, they would definitely check in if it meant a tree got planted.
Yeah. Great.
Thanks.
Renaud, did you have another question? No. Good. Okay. Thank you, Rodney, and
thank you.
I think we have.
I know I wants to ask something, but we can't hear.
Yeah, Marie.
Oh, Marie's on mute, it seems. Can you unmute Marie, Dan?
Yes.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I was speaking out.
And, maybe you want to unmute Bill too.
Okay. So Rodney, well done indeed, as we discussed earlier. I have two questions. Will Facebook allow such a thing? Do they need to get something out of this?
That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. We have been doing our research, and literally 5 minutes before this call, Nathan confirmed he read through the terms of service, and it's not allowed to incentivize likes, but you are allowed to incentivize check-ins.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, Facebook ran a product called Deals about 3 years ago, which was essentially this. But they phased it out for whatever reason. But their terms of service do allow other apps to do it. And there was also a more generic. It was called Cause World. 4 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago. That was very similar in concept, but it got rolled into Shopkick and it became a for-profit, and they phased out their non-profit part of that. So I think it's this is one of those scenarios where it's going to be execution over idea. I mean, the idea is. It's okay, but I don't think it's like, mind-blowing. But I think a really good execution could translate to some. It could have a significant impact.
Are you planning to be a non-profit or a for-profit?
A non-profit. Yeah. This is the first for me to be involved in this sort of project. I have been for the last 4 years studying sort of leadership and motivational models, and the one that we've always struggled with in a for-profit was purpose. We've been talking a lot about this project amongst ourselves, and we would like to have this as a pilot project for potentially a development agency that would then become involved in social entrepreneurship projects that would be a for-profit, but to finance the agency to then build other apps. But this will definitely be a non-profit project.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Chirag.
Good luck.
Hi.
Great work, Rod. Hi, Chirag.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you at all this time. Nothing.
I mean, maybe try without.
Take off the headphones. Just unplug them.
Yeah.
Take them off. Unplug them from the computer.
Oh, maybe he doesn't have a microphone.
We can't hear anything right now.
He's just watching maybe a video or watching the slideshow would already give us some insight.
Yeah, like just go through the slideshow, share your screen and go through the slideshow page after page. Give us a few seconds, give us a minute to read the page, and that's better than nothing.
Because what Chirag wants, that's what I'm reading, he wants to promote afforestation by users clicking where the trees will be planted by NGOs. So users identifying, walking around, seeing degraded areas and reporting that for NGOs to pick them up. That's what I'm understanding from the solution. Is that correct, Chirag?
Just nod your head if it's true.
This is a shame.
Maybe you better type something. Maybe you better type something. Because I don't understand sign language.
Type it in, Chirag, what you want to tell us. And God, sorry, you're having so much trouble, Chirag. You know what? Yeah, he's crashing.
Can you show the slides again? Yeah.
Looks like Chirag's crashed, and we'll nope.
Do they have their presentation online somewhere? I don't think they do.
I think we saw it earlier, obviously.
We saw it on the screen, on his screen.
We have it. We have something in the spreadsheet at the top.
Just the
We have a
description.
link.
Yeah, it's just the description in there.
Right. I think we
Okay.
might have something here. Try now.
Any help?
Yeah, it's just a description, very short. So.
Chirag, do you want to just share your screen so we can see the presentation?
You guys seeing anything?
Yeah, I can see
Tick
progress
off
till
screen.
now.
Okay, Sherry, if you can hear us, we can see. So put comments in the chat window. We read this slide, so show us slide 2.
Actually, it looks like we were almost all the way through. So it's slide 9. We're on next.
I have a couple of questions. Maybe Chirag can answer with a chat. Is that okay, Chirag? So Bill's asking to show slide 2.
Looks like he's gone.
The only slide I can see is the one that says progress till now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back.
Oh, there's
there we
slide
are.
1.
Next.
And
Next
that's
slide.
slide 4, actually, that is.
Can you move your slide?
Uh-huh. That's good.
Great. Great.
Hello.
Next slide.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Our pitch time was 11:30 a.m. Istanbul time, but is it now?
We should be able to.
Just a second, Bars. We'll get you in, but we're
Okay.
finishing up with Chirag right now.
Okay.
I think we've seen most of the slides.
No, I haven't seen Future Scope. Just hold that for a second.
Okay.
Whoa, go back to Future Scope. There, hold that for a second. Okay, what's the last 2 slides? Slide 10, please. Right, and 11. Yep, good. Okay, I think you get it, right, Marie-Noelle?
Yeah, it's very clear.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, but if you could type in the chat window any sort of comments that you have.
Yeah. Are you hearing Chirag? Can you confirm in the chat that you're hearing us?
Oh, there's a YouTube video appeared in the chat window.
Okay, that's interesting.
I will click on
I
that.
have one question is it then limited to India? Is this application planned for India? Because you mentioned an Indian organization, I believe, that will be checking the relevance of the sites.
Click for good app. And it's done.
Oops.
Okay. Did everyone see the video?
Yeah, good.
That's a cute little promotional video.
Yeah.
I didn't see that the tree had appeared there yet, but maybe it takes a little while to appear. It's nice there.
So it's not limited to India, Marie-Noelle.
Sorry?
The chat window, Shag just said it's not limited to India. It is limited to the places where there are smartphones.
Yeah.
So, have you had, Shag, have you had any thoughts about other ways that people with lower quality phones may be able to, either send a text message with a location or something, so that you can actually collect data from people who are not so technically advanced? Because there's a lot of places where the app wouldn't work just because people don't have smartphones, and really what you're doing is a reporting device, so it might need to be democratized a bit.
Chirag, did you hear Bill's question about maybe using other system than just this application, using also SMSs?
So that you can actually...
In order to increase the reach?
Perhaps what we can do, because you'll have some time to fill in the feedback, you could ask Chirag some questions on the project page in the comments, and he could reply over the course of the rest of the day. And then we can go on to Evars.
My main question, which I will repeat later, is how do you really keep the people interested? Because there is some feedback, however, it's not, I'm not sure if people will stay interested very long. That's my concern.
Yeah, it's a very good point. People get fatigued very quickly when they actually have to do something. So, unless there's, I see there's some social recognition stuff, but it doesn't seem to have a huge amount of engagement.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so thank you, Chirag. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I think you still managed to get the concept across.
Yes.
Well done.
Yeah.
That was quite a heroic effort given the difficulties. And we can see your enthusiasm.
And you got a great smile.
So we'll pick up some more Q&A on the comments on the project page. And we'll go now to Evars in Istanbul. Thanks, Chirag. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hi there.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good morning. Go straight into presentation, or?
Yes, we better do. We've just got 7 minutes left on the call, so let's let you go on with it.
Okay. Let's try.
Are we gonna hear about fuel to forest now?
Yes. Field Force from Istanbul, Turkey. How can I share my screen with you?
If you press the there's a share screen up here on the left-hand side, the green one.
Green one. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Can you see it?
Yep.
Great. Okay, let's go straight. We are Field Forest from Istanbul, Turkey. My name is Aybars Badur. Other team members are Fatih Erikli, Kaan Yaldızkaya, and Deniz Erkoca. We created an app about global warming. Global warming is the increase of Earth's average surface temperature, and we all know that automobiles and traffic helps global warming, and because most people drive cars by themselves, not sharing their cars and not using public transport. It really helps in Istanbul. Istanbul is really bad with traffic. You cannot go from one place to another in under an hour. Maybe you have heard it. So I'll test these slides. We all need water, and without water we will die. And every vehicle at least at 75 in hundreds, 75 grams of carbon dioxide while driving. It's more than 300k a year. And we all have to drive, but we can do something about it. We said, and we made an application so that it calculates your route and how many kilometers you have done, and it says you can just donate some money to plant a tree, or you can. So you will know how much you have. How much you consumed from Earth, and you can pay back to the Mother Nature. And again, our team is Kaan, Fatih, and Deniz, and me. And thanks. That's it, actually.
Do you want questions?
Any questions?
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. What will be again, as for before, what's the reward and the motivator for the person who offsets his driving?
What's the motivator? Actually, there is no motivator, because while you are driving, you are destroying the Earth, and everybody should pay back something. We are thinking about adding some gamification into the application, but currently, after the gamification, you could earn badges and you could share it on Facebook or Twitter. But currently there is no motivation, actually. But we are trying to find a way to motivate people by sharing socially between their friends. But it's not there yet.
What makes it different from all the other offset sites that already exist?
Offset sites?
There's a lot of offset places. You can offset your flights when you take a plane. There's all kind of websites where you go and offset everything that you do. So how do you position yourself versus this? What's different for the user?
Hey, Buzz, you can stop screen sharing now also, so that we can see.
Okay. All right. Actually, the only difference will be something like this. We talked with Turkcell Mobile. It's one of the mobile operators in Turkey. They said they have a device named Connected Car. It can pull data from your car, real much data, and we can integrate this into that device. So when people buy new cars, they can just touch their screen on their cars and just donate after they went from one place to another. Maybe that might make a big difference, because then they will not need to install a new application just to donate, and it's, you know, there's really very minor motivation for people, and if we can just say you bought this car and you can donate, it will make a difference, I think.
Mm.
How do you get people to adopt it? I mean, how do you get it spreading? Where's the viral dynamic here?
As I said, if we can make this gamification level and share like Foursquare, it might spread a bit. You know, people are using Foursquare just to be just to get a badge from somewhere, and it was spreading like the disease. Maybe it might help us, but we have to think really hard about it. And I'm trying to find some marketing people that knows these kind of things. We are programmers, so we need marketing people about it. And that's the plan, actually.
Cool. I mean, it's great the motivation that you have. You clearly see the problem well. You know, you come up with a solution. I can tell you from our experience that people are generally lazier than they'd like to believe themselves to be, and they're also their motivation doesn't stay very long in our experience. So, you know, we've had a lot of different. Given a lot of different opportunities for people to buy trees individually, and it's remarkable the amount of effort that we've had to go through just to get people to buy trees. Whereas if we've organized, you know, large groups or corporates to buy a tree, that's worked extremely well, because then people then don't have to reach into their own pocket, you know, to buy the tree, but they do get very engaged because they see the virtual tree as being very much more valuable than the actual cost to the corporate.
You said something very interesting before, indeed, that you're looking at maybe embedding this in the cars. And that's what Bill is kind of pointing to, that you could try to sell that to a car manufacturer and have that embedded. Now, I would communicate on, for example, the trees, which is a positive message, as opposed to the carbon, which is a negative message. Even though it eventually gets to the same thing, people will be more engaged with tree than just offsetting carbon.
And also, like I, for instance, have a Nissan Leaf, which is an electric car by Nissan. And if you drive the Leaf really well, you earn these things called eco trees. Now they're points. But the thing that drives me crazy is that Nissan don't actually plant a tree when you earn those points. They just give you a score, and that really annoys me.
That's quite annoying.
And that's another angle that you can look at is, can you use the accelerometer in the smartphone to measure how well people are driving? Because, like, if they have slow acceleration and they have slow deceleration, they actually use less fuel. And then you could reward them with trees that are maybe sponsored by a petrol company.
Yeah, we thought about that, and we thought we couldn't do it in 48 hours, but I'm trying to connect with an engineer from Ford about how much carbon dioxide you produce if you drive fast, slow, and so we can try to build something about your driving skills and how much you consumed.
The gamification indeed could be ABARs. The gamification could be how far do you drive with 1 liter of petrol?
Yes, And if you drive more with less gasoline,
yeah,
you could earn more points.
yeah.
But we have to build a rule system and think a lot about it, I think, before saying something like we made a gamification.
As Bill says, you know, get it sponsored by a petrol company.
Yeah, petrol company or car manufacturer.
Car company that wants to say, you know, their car consumes less. It would be around consuming less, which is actually a positive message rather than say, you know, you pollute with your driving. It's like consuming less when you drive. Less is more. That would be the slogan, less is more.
Okay.
And you actually then get people saving money. And a percentage of the money that they save can go to plant trees. Like, for instance, you could partner with the fuel cards that people use to buy fuel, you know, for their companies, and by getting them to drive to hypermile and to drive better, they can save fuel costs, and a percentage of that from the fuel card could go to plant the trees.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How advanced is your application?
Sorry?
How advanced is your application?
Right now, not really advanced. It tracks the GPS data and calculates a route, and by calculating that route, it calculates how many kilometers you made, and that's basically it. Not that advanced right now. It's really the basic level, and it calculates just by multiplying a constant with how many kilometers you make, and if you make 2 more kilometers, it's says more money you should donate, and it's like for 30 kilometers 1 lira, and for 60 kilometers it's 2.5 liras, something like that. But we are trying to find some real data so we can optimize it a little